Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. Had just a little bit of a mess up here. Put new bearing in the hub, and when I went to put this outer hub on that holds the wheel on the side by side, the thing pushed the bearing apart. So trying to tear it apart, see if we can save the bearing. They run $60–70 for a set of bearings, so trying to save this bearing and put a new wheel hub on this thing. This one was damaged and I didn't realize it when I went to push that in there, and I messed it up. Seeing how that race on that bearing wasn't seated all the way up onto that hub, I was able to get behind it with a chisel and pull it back just a little bit, enough to get my pitman arm puller on there, and pull that thing back off. That pushed on there originally pretty easy and pushed that bearing apart, and coming back off it's pretty tight. Check that race out and make sure there's no damage, and put it all back together, see what happens. So that bearing is held into that hub, the inner hub, with the snap ring. So I've got to pull that snap ring out of the way and get the race back in there with the seal. And once I get the snap ring back in there, I usually grab one tang on that snap ring and pull it around, make sure it's seated into that kerf really well. The new hub didn't come with wheel studs, so I pushed the old studs out and I'm going to push them into the new hub. One of the issues with this machine, besides the wheel bearings being bad, was the rotors for the brakes were cracked. So my daughter bought new rotors for that as well, and that's what I'm putting on now. As with a lot of projects I do, I tend to want to torque certain bolts just to make sure that they don't come loose later. So we'll slip the inner hub onto the outer hub and make sure she spins up good, and she's ready to go back on the machine.